What's up, Bears fans? Ryan Poles added a lot of toys for Ben Johnson and our quarterback Caleb Williams to use this season. We're going to talk about our favorite ones coming up right here on Bears on Tracks on the Chicago Sports Podcast Network.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
What's up, Bears Nation? We're here to talk more offensive firepower today, but first and foremost, I'd like to say Happy Memorial Day to everyone that celebrates. I myself am an Army veteran, and my father was in the Army, and my grandfather was Navy, so it's definitely a big day for me. I hope you got out and you remember the reason for the season. You know, it's not just a long weekend, the unofficial beginning of summer. There's a reason for it, but now that we got that out of the way, we can get down to brass tacks and talk some business, man.
Let's do it, man.
Like I said in the intro, Ryan Poles went out. That's right. Ryan Poles went out this offseason and added a lot of pieces to this offensive line. Added a couple of weapons on offense. Used some draft capital and really tried to put some juice into the offense. Not only that, he goes out and gets the highest name offensive head coach and Ben Johnson, you know, stealing him from our division rival. And today I just like to wax poetic for a while about some of our favorite pieces. I mean, I know we talked about some of these guys when we did the draft recap and we've talked about this and that and the third but I really want to dig deep into some of these pieces today. But first and foremost, I want to break it all down.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start with the offensive line. Then, of course, we'll talk quarterback, running back, receivers, and tight ends. And then I'll just let you pick somebody, Annie, up, and you could just tell me what your favorite upgrade, or even it doesn't even have to be a new piece. It could be, wow, excited to see what so-and-so does now that they have Ben Johnson. So on the offensive line, left tackle, you got Braxton Jones penciled in. I have a feeling Trapillo is going to come for that job. I don't know if it'll be sooner or later. Left guard, you got All-Pro Joe Tooney, who they did ink to a 2-year deal, which is fantastic to see. You get him locked down, and it actually saved us money on the cap for the deal that they gave, which is fantastic.
No doubt. Great sign.
The centerpiece, you go out and you get Drew Dahlman from Atlanta, who was the number one center in this offseason. To bring in and really help your young quarterback with a good center. Right guard, we trade for Jonah Jackson from the LA Rams, who played under Ben Johnson in Detroit. And now we're hoping he can kind of dig back and stay healthy and play like he did as a Lion, because he was a Pro Bowler as a Lion. At right tackle, you've got Darnell Wright. Of course, one of my favorite draft picks that Ryan Poles has made. Really solidifying position and it's asked of him. And hopefully, I mean, that's another guy who, when you're talking contract extensions, you know, you got to think about his 5th-year option coming up. So he's really got to stay healthy and have a good season as well. He's got a lot to prove this year. Quarterback, you got Caleb Williams. Right. Quarterback, you got Caleb Williams coming back 1-1. Had the offseason drama, and he still hasn't touched on it. Maybe we'll touch on that in next week's episode or another episode down the road. But Ben Johnson did come out and talk on it, but Caleb didn't. And people are talking about that. I don't know. Wide receiver position, you got DJ Moore solidified as wide receiver 1, the veteran presence. You got Rome Odunze coming in his 2nd year, and I don't know if you saw the clip. I don't know if you saw the clip from last week, but him and Caleb seem to already be heading in a good direction. We'll see how that
Yeah.
continues. And of course, your guy Luther Burden the third. I don't know if he's going to play slot or if he's. I'm not sure where he's at. Like they said, there's not a depth chart, so I'm just throwing out names.
Right.
And they also added
Right.
the former Falcon and Commander. He's been all over. I
He
feel
was
like
a former
I've seen
Falcon
him making
and
plays.
Redskins. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, they bring him in as well. It's a veteran slot receiver guy, and I mean, they also brought in what's that guy's name? Starts with a D. He's a return specialist more than is it Dumoulin?
Duvernay. Devin Duvernay.
Duvernay. That's it. So you bring him in.
Move. I like that move.
He's technically a receiver, but he's really going to help you in the return game, I think. And then the running back, you got DeAndre Swift coming back to take the number 1 spot. You got Roshan Johnson coming back as RB2. And we got our guy, Kyle Monunga, who they snatched up in the 7th round. And he is just, you know how we love backup running backs in this city, man.
Yeah.
Backup anything, it seems like it's so popular with Bears fans. I remember I can remember like Daniel Bravermans and I'm trying to think of some of the obscure wide receivers that would show out and catch. There was the guy that played at Wyoming. Oh, what was his name? Trubisky loved that dude. And I can't remember his name, but
I remember him, bro. I remember.
I thought he was going to be a wide receiver 1, but we've definitely
SCHW was in his name, bro. I know who you're talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna come back to that. I think I remember who you're talking about.
I bet someone in the chat's got something for us. I can't remember. Brandon's telling me that Ed Buckley is trying to join us. I did get a notification that he was joining, and I just got to bring him on in here.
Okay. Let's go, Ed. What's up, man?
Hey, what's happening? Hey, Aaron. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man. We're just talking some of these upgrades that this offense is going to have this year. Obviously, Ben Johnson comes in. It's a different. It's a whole different ball game with him taking over. Did you want to let us know what your favorite upgrade was this offseason, or if it's a guy that's already been here that you're like, I can't wait to see so and so in this offense or something? What are you looking forward to this season?
You guys, I've been listening, and you guys have went over a whole bunch of them. Definitely excited about all those rookies, even down to the very last. The running back guy. Free agency, you guys touched on it already. I love Devin Duvernay, and look, he's sneaky good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a return specialist, but I don't think Baltimore used him enough. They only used him as a receiver when they had injuries. And, man, he was scoring sometimes 2 touchdowns a game and shit. You got to use that guy. Got to throw him in here. He's just sneaky. He's sneaky fast. He's good, man. I was excited to see him. But honestly, I'm most excited about the offensive line upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm most excited about. I've been preaching for years and years that what we really need was to put a decent offensive line in front of these quarterbacks that everybody beats up, that really most of them weren't all that bad. Justin in particular, I don't think he was nearly as bad as people give him credit for. I thought he was great, man, but just didn't Poles didn't build from the line out like he said he was going to. He did everything else and got the line last, but at least he got it. Listen, I'm just really pumped about the offensive line. If we can make that left tackle spot, look, it may be Braxton in the end. If he heals up and comes back all right, but I don't see them. I see him letting them go to free agency after this year. I think it's going to be one of these two guys, the rookie or the guy we got last year that was injured coming in. One of them two guys, or the combination of the both of them, I see being our future left tackles. Um, and I got some confidence in this coaching staff, and you guys touched on that already too. I know, to bring those guys on along with everybody else, super excited about the offensive line.
Yeah,
And
man.
of course I'm excited about some of them new weapons and stuff. And like I say, even down to that running back, you guys watch some clips, his highlights, man, him blocking back there,
Yeah.
knocking
Yeah.
knocking people back, dude, lineman. Oh,
Yeah.
that dude,
Sure.
he,
Yeah.
he might turn into something special.
I agree with you, man.
Yeah, that'd definitely be something to watch. I love what you said there about the left tackle position and allowing Braxton to really test free agency after this year because, the Kansas City Chiefs paid a backup left tackle $20 million this year. So, as much as we love Braxton, is he really worth that price point? Maybe, and
Right.
I kind of heard this earlier. It's possibly if one of these other guys, Trapillo or Amagaji, who they brought in last year, has a good offseason, maybe can lock down that left tackle position, then maybe you trade Braxton Jones and try to get something, a draft pick or something for him in his last year, that as opposed to just letting him walk and getting nothing for him. What do you think of that,
That's
Ed?
not a
Absolutely.
bad idea at all.
Absolutely. Mid-season, somebody gets hurt on a contender
Mm-hmm.
team. Braxton might be worth a decent pick.
Yeah, I agree, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we might could get a higher. We got him in the 5th round.
right.
And look, he did a great job for a 5th round guy, but he just
Yeah.
never was, to me, a starting left tackle. But he was our starting left tackle. You see,
Right.
so being that said, and he didn't really do bad. He didn't do as good as some people might think in my eyes,
Yeah.
but he did well enough that if there's a team that don't really have a good backup and their left tackle goes out and they're in playoff contention, we could get a higher pick than what we spent for Braxton Jones, and
Yeah, that's true.
we're probably
That's a
just going to let
win.
him go to free agency anyway. So yeah, that's a great possibility. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a win for
Yeah.
sure, guys.
Oh, it'd be a win-win. Yeah.
I like Braxton, but I've always just worried his issue's always been anchoring. On that outside, he gets
The
beat by
bull
the bull
rush.
so
Yeah.
much, and he
Yeah.
just can't anchor. And at first, when I was like, well, he's from southern Utah, so get him up in here in a big boy gym and an NFL gym where they got NFL trainers to put the weight on and teach him how to do it. But I just some people are just born with a big ass, and some people ain't got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Braxton just might be one of them dudes that just don't got it. He's got the agility to get out in space.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing him out in space as a lead blocker. When
Yeah,
they're running,
he does a good job on the leading the run. Sure.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But the biggest issue is anchoring.
It's a pass blocking. It just ain't got it.
Yeah, but Amagaji's a good name to keep in mind because when he came in last year, he was injured, so he missed a lot. What Braxton's missing now, he's missing all the off-season stuff. Last year he did, he wasn't. You don't really hit in the regular season. You're only hitting on Sundays, so he was kind of thrown into the fire, and that was just it was a bad look, and a lot of Bears fans kind of just wrote him off right away.
They won't let him forget about it, bro.
Yeah, he wasn't even active the first couple regular season games. He got in
that guy a little bit, man. Jesus.
Right.
I mean, he was a rookie, bro, with a terrible come on, man. But anyway,
and he got told he was going to play that game on Friday. He didn't get none of the first team reps, none.
But that another point where we talked about off-season additions. They brought in Joe Tooney. This is a back-to-back All-Pro left guard that's going to stand next to your left tackle regardless of who it is.
Got to make you better.
Absolutely. All the recruits went on 670 the score and praised the first time I've heard him praise the Bears offseason, because they went in and they put the assets into the offensive line, and it's something that Annie Up, you said it, and Ed, you've said it. I think all Bears fans have been too, like, where's our O-line at? Why are you not building from the trout? And now they are throwing assets at it, and that's definitely you love to see it. You just love to see it.
I do.
Annie Up,
I do.
Annie Up, if you want to talk some offensive line, and then maybe segue that into whatever your favorite upgrade is this offseason, I'll let you spit.
I mean, well, it would be, for me, it would be on the offensive line. The Tooney pick was invaluable, bro. Like, seriously, we just beyond a player, just like we're getting like a library of just football at a successful level, and a human being like personified. That just blows my mind. So it really doesn't seem like anything the Bears would do, which is what makes me even more joyful about it. So super happy about that, man. They got a real coaching staff in here that knew how to attack the offseason. And then, I mean, like, we weren't a trash team. Our record was bad, but we watched those games, bro. Some of these people just go watch a couple plays, couple highlights, low lights, and then speak upon it. We watched those games, bro, even the bad ones. So, you know, we have some pieces. So to get a coaching staff that had direction is another thing that they showed me. They came in with direction, and they executed, bro. Like, I don't care. The first couple days of free agency, when those top names were out there, Tooney and Grady and all of those, they was going at it, bro. Like, I love the aggression, man. It was an aggressive pursuit to upgrade and like get those assets, like you said, AC. So on the O line, and then they were making moves on the D line, like back and forth. They had the mold in mind. So again, super happy about that. And I'm really excited about I think Monangai, man. I got a real special feeling about that kid, bro. I think he's going to explode on the scene, and people are going to learn how to pronounce his name very fast, bro. Real talk, Kyle Monangai.
Yeah, I'm excited to. Absolutely, I'm excited to see how that'll be a name that we'll start seeing in the preseason. They'll be like, "Whoa, y'all got this dude where?" You know what I'm saying? 7th round pick. Not like you said, Ed. Not only in the run game, but the way he blocks, the guy that's tenacious, and he's going to hit the hole. And my favorite stat about him, the dude does ball on the ground. He didn't fumble it ever. He had the most touches in Rutgers history without a fumble. That's
wow.
And I know Rutgers isn't Alabama or Georgia, but you got Pacheco came from there, and didn't Ray Rice play there back in the day? So I mean, you got some names, some NFL talent that comes out of Rutgers, and he was able to have something over all of them. But that's I'm excited to see Monangai as well, and I mean, before we get all the way off the offensive line, I'd love to talk about Drew Dahlman a little bit. This is a guy, and you talked about Grady there, Andy. When they let Jared Grady walk in Atlanta, I was like, damn, there's the money they needed for Drew. They're just going to lock up Drew Dahlman, and we don't have a shot at him, when they let him walk. But we end up with both of these guys. I was so excited. You're telling me I'm getting a starting center who not only is he a starter, this is a guy who worked with Michael Penix last year and worked him in as a rookie. So things that Caleb may not see yet, this guy, Drew Dahlman, might already see it. I know I heard, what was his name? Oh, man. His dad coached here as the offensive line. I can't remember his name. Nate Tice was talking about how his dad taught O-line. He would teach the center to look at what linebackers and safeties are doing. So you have, and I don't know that this is continuing, but this is, so you have a second layer of defense. Not only so the quarterback is usually all on the quarterback, but if your center seeing it too, then you've kind of got you're double covered on it. And Drew Dahlman strikes me as that kind of guy who's a cerebral dude and knows what he's doing. And I love that he has history with a young quarterback. I got to tell you though, it's not a new addition; it's a coming back. But my favorite addition is Ben Johnson, obviously, but for this very reason, and Antoine Randall, Rome Odunze will break out this year. I think of all those targets that went to Keenan Allen last year, where are they going to go this year? They're going to be picking up
a good point, bro.
a lot of the guys.
That's an excellent point.
And hopefully there's more. Yeah. I think Rome Odunze, and we've already seen clips from practice where Caleb's already hitting him. And I don't know if y'all saw who was leaking in coverage on that play, but that's another dude who's on Andy's chopping block. He's a guy who was talking in the stands to somebody during a Hail Mary. He was the one, like, and it's practice. I mean, it's real, it's practice. But like when I see 2-9 leading behind when Rome's coming across the middle, and Caleb just puts it right on him, and that's
that was beautiful.
That's the biggest thing to me, is that connection is. And I love DJ Moore. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love DJ Moore, what he brings to this offense, and what Ben Johnson has really instilled in him as a leader. They've had one-on-one conversations, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
So he's really pushing for DJ to be more than just receiver, but to be a better leader on this team. And go ahead, Ed. You said you wanted to say something. You sound like you want to say something there.
Well, I was just sitting quietly waiting this time, but I did want to get in there because I just wanted to make a comment. I don't know if you two are aware of how bad that Tyreek or Stevenson, that blunder was on that Hail Mary. Not only was he messing with the fans when when the ball got snapped, but then he ran down there, right? And you remember he tipped the ball back to the guy who intercepted it, or not intercepted it, the guy who actually scored a touchdown in the end zone. He wasn't supposed to be in that scrum whatsoever. You know where he was supposed to be on that play? He was the one guy that was supposed to be sitting back there to make sure a guy back there, hanging back there, wouldn't catch it.
Yeah.
That idiot.
Yeah, he
oh man.
He definitely messed up, and then when I heard Eberflus go on the radio the next day and say, "Yeah, we had him apologize." He sent out a tweet like he sent out a tweet, bro. What's that? What I mean, the only, and I hope he gets his head together, but because I really think he's got talent,
bro.
I think Eberflus just wasn't a leader, man, and I don't know what he sold. I don't know what he sold to them to even get the job. I mean, he wasn't the hot candidate. If you're not, the guy I wanted was Dan Quinn, who's up in Washington now, killing it. But hey, I'll take Ben Johnson over Dan Quinn. That's just me being honest.
Yeah. Maybe that all worked out well. But I was amazed that Eberflus didn't get his money and get kicked down the road after that Washington game, because I can't believe that idiot went on the press conference and spoke about it and told reporters were asking him, "Hey, why didn't you call a timeout? Why didn't you defend that pass? Why'd you give him an extra 13 yards so they even had the opportunity to throw a Hail Mary?" And he's like, "We weren't defending that. We were defending the end zone. We weren't concerned about that." Quinn got on there on his press conference and like, "Oh man, yeah, that was so important, that play before, that we got that extra 13 yards to put us in position."
The 13 yards before.
Yeah, he didn't even defend it. There was nobody even there. And then he didn't call a timeout to get everybody set and ready and got guys. Yeah, it's just, oh man, like he really thought that everything he'd done in that situation was the right thing to do, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man.
Yeah,
and it ain't time to get rid of him yet. Oh man, and then we seen it again and again.
Well,
I'm glad
so glad.
Looked ahead, man. Ahead of the schedule. I know we're. Go ahead, Annie.
Oh yeah, just I was gonna say, like I know, man, we're that we got. I think I
I
might
don't
be
know if there's
behind. I
delay
was
or
just saying
what.
I'm glad we got a whole. If we clean house, I'm so happy we clean house. That's all I was saying.
Yep.
Coaching staff
Yeah.
wise, yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
The only head coach to ever be fired midseason for our Chicago Bears.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Tito with $2 and
Yeah, and he had it
it's
coming.
hard against that, man. I mean,
Right.
Tressman was a head scratcher. I thought John
Yeah.
Fox was the right pick, but by the time he got here,
I did too.
he was ready. He was looking at
Yeah,
a golf course. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And
something.
then they bring in
I was excited, and then
Nagy.
yeah,
Right. I mean, yeah. It's
Nagy, Coach of
easy
the
to say
Year,
the
man.
Chiefs
Come
was
on, don't talk bad about Coach of the Year.
Hey,
You
defense.
dumbass
well,
too.
and this is when we hired Ben. I heard so many fans saying we had this with Nagy. Why is it different this time? Nagy was running somebody else's system. Ben Johnson is
Right.
running his
Wasn't even
system.
calling the plays.
You wasn't even calling.
Right.
No, he wasn't.
I know.
Yeah. When they did give him the play call, and if y'all remember, they lost to the Titans in the playoff game. That's the one game now for Kansas City.
Yeah, and the Walrus took it right back from him.
Yeah. The Walrus. Yeah. Well, we went off the rails here. I was trying to pull it back.
That was good though.
Oh, man. Completely forgot where I was going with it. But we've had some. We've definitely had some. We've definitely had some blunders. Definitely in the past, but I think a lot of that's past, man. And I don't know if it's. I don't know who to give the props to. Whether that is Kevin Warren saying, because we heard him. He told the McCaskies, "You get what you pay for."
Yep.
Head coach and in everything. And I maybe that's the guy to give the roses to. I don't know I'm really excited to see what Ben Johnson can do with these pieces. And we talked about the upgrades on the offensive line, and Caleb Williams taking that next step, which is very important. I heard he had a bad OTAs the other day. He was missing some throws, ran out of bounds on a play, and this and that. But we do got to remember that this is a brand new offense. That's right, Ed. This is a brand new offense. They're learning. I mean, Ben said he was going to rip it down to the studs and start it all over. And that's kind of, I mean, that's what we're seeing in practice. That's what we're seeing in the OTAs. That's what we're hearing from the coaches. And I think we talked about this a little bit last time, Annie. Ed, do you have a favorite since from coaches? Do you have a favorite new member of the coaching staff, or
definitely
obviously we can all say Ben, but
right, right. And now I forgot his name. The Indiana guy. Played at Indiana University.
Randall L.
Antoine Randall L. Yeah, I'm excited about him.
Yep.
I think that probably within the next year or two, he's going to get stolen from us and be a head coach somewhere. That's how good I think he is as a coach. And that's not a bad thing, because it'll be good for him, and we should get some compensatory picks from it, right?
Yeah.
Real excited about Randall L. Like you said, number one, Ben Johnson, but dude, what is it? Bellamy? What's the guy that used to be
JT Barron?
No, the guy
Barrett.
No, the guy used to be the offensive coordinator for Kansas City, and everybody said was going to be a head.
The enemy.
Bieniemy.
That's a good one.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, uh, we got him. Everybody said he was going to be a head coach. Did he get a shot somewhere? I don't remember. Because he left
He
Kansas City. I
he
don't
got
think
the
he would have
OC
left
job
Kansas.
in Washington, and then he went to UCLA, and then we grabbed him. He never got a shot as a head coach. I think his coaching style rubs owners kind of the wrong way because he's a yeller, and a lot of owners are like, I don't know if I want that guy being the face, but excellent coach. But just has
Yeah,
never gotten.
yeah. He was being talked about for years to be a head coach. And then we got Allen, who was a head coach, but is a better defensive coordinator. We're stacked.
Absolutely.
Coach, we're stacked, man. I mean, we've never been so stacked coaching wise.
Right.
And I got like a lot of faith just recently, and just watching the little clips of everything that I could see from Ben. I'm not concerned that he's a first time head coach. I think he's going to knock it out of the park, dude.
Me too.
I'm excited about the coaching staff. I really am. We got better coaching than we had in a long time. He brought in a lot of good stuff. I was a little knocked sideways by the OC he took. But he brought him in for a reason. He must know something we don't, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, he knocked it out of the park in so many other spots, and even got like potential head coaches or people who've been head coaches or been discussed as head coaches all over the place,
Yeah.
And then he got that offensive coordinator that kind of was like, I don't know, he was a lower level coach, bouncing around a little bit, but he sees something in him. And obviously he's going to be calling the play. So he's going to be, so he wanted to get an offensive coordinator that would be juiced about being an offensive coordinator, but not knowing he wasn't going to be able to call the plays too. Yeah. Yeah.
You see this, what we got? Melon, who's that? Melon Smasher?
Melon Smasher says Ben Johnson and Eric Bieniemy are awesome hires. Antoine Randall is a good hire. He said the rest of the coaching hires are below average in his opinion. I respectfully disagree.
So
the numbers would show that Dennis Allen as defensive coordinator always has a top 3 defense in this league. Rochar, the offensive line coach who they brought in, has turned late round draft picks into Pro Bowlers, which is exactly what you want to see. It's what we did not see with Chris Morgan running that bunch. The Antoine Randall, a good hire. He says, I don't know if you guys saw the clip of DJ Moore last week running down the field. If you look right to his left, step for step with him is Antoine Randall. He'll freaking got it.
Yeah, I thought he was going to start blocking there for a minute.
Bro. I missed that.
If you go back and look it up, Andy, it's a heck of a clip to see him.
Oh yeah,
to see him running down the field with him and almost step for step. Yeah, I mean Rochar is the guy that if I'm not going to go Ben Johnson and Ed kind of touched on all of our coaching staffs there. I was hoping he'd grab one. And he kind of touched, but I love the Rochar ad. I've been disappointed to say the least in Chris Morgan as our offensive line coach because we just didn't see anyone get better under him.
No.
When you're grabbing a 5th round draft pick to plug in at left tackle because he has some traits, you would hope the coach would at least have a decent line. But I mean, and that's the guy that was held over from one regime to the next. They held on to that guy. They said, this is our head coach and this is going to be your O-line coach. It doesn't matter. And they really. I don't want to give Eberflus any excuses, but they really handcuffed him right out of the gate with that. You know,
Right.
like you're our head coach. Here's your O-line coach. We didn't have a great O-line under him, but we're keeping him
Well,
around.
now he had a
That
hand
didn't
in
make a
picking
whole
them,
lot.
though.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
hey, see, now you know,
Yeah.
Eberflus never wanted anybody in the room who was smarter than him or better than him at anything. So he made
That's
sure
a
all of his
fact.
coaches were kind of bummy, bro. That's what that was his whole sabotage move. But anyway,
That's
that's
why.
neither here nor there.
I got that
That's why he
impression
let
too.
Cleveland going up there to Washington and run the best offenses we've seen all.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's crazy, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Huh. But yeah,
I'm trying to read
fellas,
what Melon Smasher's saying here
man.
in the chat because he's got some.
Flows.
He said Dennis Allen last year defense hit rock bottom. Bryce Young got him fired. Bo Nix dropped 33 on him. Bucks dropped 51 on him. Has never been able to stop tight ends. Komet, Hawkins, and Laporta have all shred DA. If that's him as a head coach, he's covering more than just the defense. I mean, yeah, maybe. Okay, Melon. Maybe it'll take a little longer for you to come around, but I've heard Tom Brady, the GOAT, say that Dennis Allen's defense was the most difficult for him to figure out. And I'd say he had seen a defense
there you go
in his day. Andy up, man. I feel like I ain't heard from you all night, brother. Tell me about somebody on this coaching staff, what you're excited to see.
Yeah, my guy is
year.
Rushard, bro. I was waiting on him. Rushard is my number one guy. I mean, of course, we're not doing being right now, but my 1A guy is Rushard. And then I love Al Harris because everywhere he goes, he gets turnovers, bro, for those DBs. So those are my guys, man. Al Harris, he played with swagger, man. He was lengthy and handsy, you know, good eye for the ball, good nose for the ball, could track a ball, pick sixes, and his guys do that. And when he leaves, those guys interceptions and pick sixes and all that drops down. So now he got him with a bunch of ball hawks on our team. I think Tyreek will be fine because of the hiring of Al Harris. And we drafted those guys.
Well, he's either gonna get his head out of his ass or get replaced.
You said what, AC?
That's it right there.
He's either gonna get his head out of his ass or get replaced.
Quick, absolutely.
I wonder what Melon Smasher thinks about Harris as a defensive backs coach.
Yeah, come on,
is
man.
Is he just a mediocre? I think he's top notch.
Got time
top notch.
I don't know. I think,
but
I do want to say though that I did see more footage from, I think it was from OTAs with Al Harris. He had the DBs lined up talking about which foot goes first, which is next, and they're practicing with a purpose, the peanut punch. So return of the peanut punch, and those turnovers come back and get our offense the ball a lot more often. That's going to be really fun to watch. They would take I don't know if you guys have seen the tackling donuts or the tackling rings. They attach the football to
donuts.
And basically while they're tackling it, they're practicing. I like donuts too, Ed. As they're tackling, they're practicing doing the peanut punch. So I am over the moon about that. If we can get that to come back, because I mean those defenses are speaking to my heart, you know.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, fellas. I mean, we came in, we hit. It's a quick hitter. We got 1,000 viewers in the chat right now. If you guys could come over to YouTube and hit the like, maybe share it with your friends. Tell them to come on over and check out the Chicago Sports Podcast. We have a lot of fun over here at Melon Smasher. I promise you, it's nothing personal, man. Come on back next week. And hey, mid-season, if our defense is lagging, we're gonna holler at Melon Smasher and say, "Hey,
we'll be right here, bro." So thanks for the input,
dude
man.
Who kind of saw it coming, you know. I'll definitely take one on the head if I'm wrong. I'm pretty excited to see Dennis Allen back in the defense.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
I agree with you, man.
Go to our YouTube, the Chicago Sports hit the notification live single day. If you hop on here on YouTube, 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. around this time, we talk about something. The next time, we'll just leave them with a bear down.
Bear down, guys.
Bear down.
My outro not going to work.